5 years, that's how long this little shop stayed in my head. We all pass by people or places that make us curious, but most of the time we never follow up. I always wanted to photograph Marcel, and last month I finally did. That one portrait reminded me of why I fell in love with environmental photography. And I hope it shows you that you don't need anything special to begin. You can just shoot the spaces around you. I first found this shop when I was new to environmental portraits. I saw a post by Brussels street photographer Joseph Siniuk, someone I've never met. I reached out and he gave me the shop's address. But back then it was peak COVID. Masks everywhere, people nervous. Marcel wasn't letting anyone inside, so I let it go. Almost 5 years later I tried again. I stopped by, snapped a few pictures with my phone, and I left with Marcel's number. The next Saturday he texted me. A few hours later I was packing my gear and heading back to the shop. My name is Jose Alcoy, and on this channel I share tips on off-camera flash photography. You can grab my free guide to lighting dramatic portraits. I will leave a link in the description. The shop was full of electronics, barely any space to move. I rushed the setup, just a Manfrotto stand with a 90cm softbox. I had to move it by hand until I thought that it looked right. But looking back, I probably placed the softbox wrong. The reflections in Marcel's eyes weren't what I was looking for. And I should have asked him to switch off the ceiling lights. Mixing color temperatures didn't help me. But here's the thing, it didn't matter. The important part was showing up and keeping the project moving. If you wait until everything's perfect, you'll never start. This was one of my first shoots with the Godox AD200 Pro II and the X3 trigger. And honestly, I'm impressed. The trigger is smaller and easier to use than the X Pro, and it even controls the modeling light. It just makes life easier. If you want to know more about the light I used, I reviewed it in this video. But there was a problem. The old S1 bracket doesn't fit the Pro II bare bulb head, so I had to buy the new S2 bracket, which is heavier by 150 grams. I don't like carrying the extra weight, and I wish Godox would release a lighter version. But sometimes you have to compromise. You will find affiliate links to all products I mentioned in the description. Using them helps support the channel at no extra cost to you. For this portrait, which was a bit messy, I tried something different in post. I masked areas I wanted to change, cooled the background, warmed the foreground from the softbox, and adjusted the light on Marcel's shirt. I shot it with the 24mm G Master at f2.8. Looking back, I think I could have gone with ISO 400 and lowered the shutter speed. Still, I think it worked, but let me know what you think. I didn't want to over-edit. For a moment I thought about removing wrinkles on Marcel's shirt, but I left them. They are part of reality. I don't know, maybe I will have to do it anyway. I cleaned a few distracting reflections on his glasses. But I left the rest, the clutter, the chaos, the life of the shop. And honestly, I don't think doubling down on editing is worth it. Artificial intelligence will handle that part soon enough. But since it's not there yet, I just keep working with my old process. That means cleaning up obvious distractions, adding some dodge and burn, and sometimes a bit of vignetting. I'll admit, I love that. And that's the point of environmental portraits, real people in their real spaces. So, if someone in your neighborhood inspires you, don't wait years like I did. It will take time for me to get back into rhythm, but projects like this remind me why I started. Because with a camera I get to know people like Marcel, who give their energy not only to their craft but also to their community. And you can do the same. Start with the spaces around you, the workshop down the street, the neighbor with a story. That's where the best projects begin. Don't forget you can grab my free guide to lighting dramatic portraits in the description. If you found this helpful, consider subscribing for more gear talk around flash photography. And check out this video to see how I handle a tight space shoot with just a tiny softbox. It shows you how limited gear can still give you a strong environmental portrait.